notch down there, at least strength-wise.
Here's Aoife Moss. A feed there. Lorente too short on the 3. Moss gets it back. A second try. Too long. Edwards the rebound.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With the fatigue factor, players maybe not getting the legs under their shots. That's why I said in the pre-game, it's so important to get downhill and take the basket. Look for those high percentage 2-pointers.
Oh, Diaby gets inside. Block there. Banjak gets it. And great defense there.
Yeah, love Banjak. Man, he's an athletic specimen. He's got the ball on the right wing now.
Banjak a feed there to Tom. Around the horn. Stolen away. Buvak, great defense. Moss gets it back. In the backcourt. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Moss, the feed, the 3, got it to go. Bailey Tom gets the 3 to go.
Man, BT picking up where he left off yesterday at 21 points to beat the Bulls. So he's looking active on both ends.
He almost steals it away there as Kruprez has it. Kruprez inside, too strong on the lay, and Moss the rebound. Here's Tom, tough bucket there, draws contact as Buvak hacks him.
Yeah, Bailey Tom definitely would have been hitting the ice baths yesterday afternoon. It was a physical game against the Inner West Bulls. He was on the floor a lot, but that goes to show the effort and the energy that he exerts for this Hills Hornets team. Of course, was part of the grand final team last season, so he's one of the senior players on this squad, Bailey Tom.
Bailey Tom, 19 years old, listed at 6'4", has 13.9 points per game on the season, as he makes the free throw right there. Season high is 30, so he definitely has some offensive prowess along with the defense. Yeah,
let's see Bailey Tom maybe step up to the NBL1 roster. He definitely has the toolkit and the talent to do it, but only 19, so plenty of development to come for Bailey.
Most definitely. A lot of talent here in the Youth1 men, especially in this grand final. Final game of the year. Talata, the feed there to Buvak. Buvak gets inside, the tough shot, misses everything right there. Talata saves it, but goes right to Aoife Moss. Down the other end, Hornets did their Lorente. Moss, quick step, feed inside, and the 2. Great assist there by Moss. And Gabriel Moss gets his first 2. 7-4 game in favour of the Hornets, 3 minutes gone.
Yeah, Gab didn't start yesterday, but definitely embracing his opportunity in the starting 5 for the grand final.
Edwards loses it. Moss on the fast break, he throws it down.
I did not know Ethan Moss had that in his bag. Wow.
He had hops.
Jesse Edwards.
Edwards hits the 3.
Yeah, got one of the smoothest strokes in the business, Jesse Edwards. You can tell he puts his time in at the gym, and heading off to college next year at Georgia Southwestern.
Inside. Lost. Edwards steals it away. Buvak on the high pass. Buvak inside. Pretty move. Draws contacts. No score on that.
Yeah, but it's definitely the value that Tom Buvak brings to any squad. I've seen him play plenty of times over the last few years, and if he's not getting into the paint and finishing, he's drawing fouls as well, which is very handy in finals games and things tighten up.
Yeah. Player with some NBL1 experience with the Bruins this season, and had some experience with the Bruins also last year, averaging 7.2 points per game.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of guard depth at that NBL1 squad. I think a guy called Jason Cadiz maybe stuck behind, but hey, it's such a good opportunity for Buvak to develop under one of the best point guards in Australia.
Well, certainly as we have a stoppage right here to fix up
the rocket clock.
Yeah.
And just while we have a moment, thank you to everyone in the Central Coast for hosting us this weekend.
Most definitely.
The Crusaders, the Rebels, the Waves, they've done a great job making us feel very welcome, not just here, but at Breakers. At Niagara Park as well.
Niagara Park, yeah, it's been certainly good. I got a chicken burger yesterday. It was pretty good.
Damn, all right.
Chicken burger.
Yeah,
Some chips. The chips were really nice.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, but nothing beats those Guzman and Gomez chips with the kind of special seasoning
you are
on them.
So right. Guzman y Gomez we are here at the Guzman y Gomez Stadium. Still stopped with the referees at the scoring table as Riyad Al-Diaby is ready to throw in.
Yeah, no, interesting song selection from the DJ. The Bulls on Parade, that was yesterday.
Yeah, he's been great, the DJ right here. I don't really know his name, but
he's done pretty much every game, plus court announcing. But it's the same. Bulls no longer on parade. They got knocked out yesterday.
Yeah.
But, big shout out, though, to the Inner West Bulls team. They managed to get into the semi-finals from the 6th seed, beating a highly talented Manly team in that elimination final. Yeah. But, just didn't quite have the gas yesterday against the Hills Hornets. And meanwhile, Matty, for the Maitland Mustangs, great season as well, but falling short.
Yeah, falling short. Best defense in the Youth 1 men. And for those Inner West Bulls, they have the 11th best defense in the Youth 1 men, which is second last. Great effort by them. Real Al-Diaby throws it in. Spurdak. Feed back to Al-Diaby. Too short on the three. Kuprez, the offensive board. Kuprez draws it and a foul. Count it.
Damn, what are they feeding this guy for breakfast? He has to be one of the biggest players in the league, and that strength, that might, that grit, they really don't make him like Simon Kuprez anymore. But
they really don't. They really don't. You can argue that. 20.2 points per game on the season. Again, 20 points last night. And he misses on the free throw. And Markusov gets the rebound.
Yeah, Markusov getting some heavy minutes here, but he's been up to the challenge in the paint.
Feed there, backdoor cut. Moss, the sprint, pretty spin move, and Moss inside off the glass.
Yeah, given the spin cycle, Mossy, known as a shooter, but he's thrown down a dunk and a beautiful layup there.
Yeah, showing his prowess inside. Moss almost steals it away. Buvak gets inside. Buvak goes strong and he draws contact.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Just a little bit before about Tom Buvak's ability to get downhill, get into the paint. And he's a very patient player, can stop on a dime, absorb the contact, and either finish through it or head to the free throw line. But yeah, Tommy B, it's been a bit of a journey for him, originally from Trinity Grammar out in, I think it's in Strathfield. And played a bit of youth league basketball with the Bears about 3 years ago. Moved to the Comets, was stuck behind a few players, but definitely found a home out in the Bruins layer.
Yeah, finding a home as one of the better players on this Youth 1 men squad as he makes both free throws right there. Tie game at 11 with 5:55 remaining.
Yeah, such a complete skill set for such a young player, Tom Buvak.
Very skilled. And inside, Tom left it on the rim, was left wide open on the layup. Al-Diaby, the rebound. Bruins inside. Buvak loses the ball, knocked away there, I believe, by Mostikov, as it will stay with the Bankstown Bruins.
Yeah, looking to run and gun early, the Bankstown Bruins, trying to turn that defensive energy into offensive opportunities.
Lata gets the pass. Buvak steps inside, finds Tuolata, and one. And once again, Jonah Tuolata showing out in this first quarter, and he will head to the line.
Yeah, made that 6 points for him early on in Jonah, and these have been high percentage looks. Those baby hooks a little early on, the dump-off finish there. Was playing his junior basketball with Blacktown, but what a pickup by the Bankstown Bruins to recruit him from the west to the southwest.
Definitely, as Max Marshall heads into the game for the Hills Hornets. Tuolata not able to convert, and out of bounds. Lucky right there as the Bruins stay with it. 14 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, Hills are going to have some bruises after this game, trying to contain Kuprez and Tuolata.
Yeah, most certainly. Comes off the off-ball screen. Jesse Edwards falls down on the three. Offensive rebound, though, and Kuprez draws contact. Edwards had a chance there to get that corner three opportunity, but able to do so. Kuprez gets the offensive board, and he'll be at the line for two.
Yeah, on cue. This front court for the Bankstown Bruins, bruising strong, and you cannot take a rebound for granted. You got to not just box out, you really got to body up.
Yeah.
So substitutions on the floor. Brooklyn Illy getting his first minutes of the afternoon. So Simon on the line now, was part of the Star 5 team this year, and for good reason. Is second in scoring in the league, but leads the league in two-pointers made. So he's done it from pretty much all inside the paint.
Yeah. Kuprez converts in the second. 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Moss to initiate.
Yeah, the tension in the building, the grandstand's really starting to fill up.
Get knocked from behind, and inside, there we go, and there's
Brooklyn Illy.
Yeah, Brooklyn Illy. Yeah.
Coming out of nowhere. He's a player who doesn't need the ball in his hands too much to get scores. He's one of those high-energy defenders and unselfish teammates who will space the floor and look for well-timed cuts.
Kuprez inside, draws contact once again as Mastikov gets his hand on the ball, but he's believe called for the foul as Bailey Tom was there as well.
Yeah, so back to the line prepares. I mean, we're going to get used to this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't adjust your set as we've adjusted the volume. Sorry for a little soft just before, but yeah, again, this is deja vu all over again with Simon Crepes. Back to the line, averaging 20 points per game, and he does it a lot from the free throw line too.
Makes the first right there. He's third in points per game in his local league, 23.9 points per game. Used to play for the Camden Valley Wildfire. Miss, free throw, and Ethan Moss has it.
Good ball movement early on by Hills. They're an unselfish team.
Spin move and a hook shot there. Max Marshall gets it. First 2 points of the night for Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall had some key plays yesterday defensively and offensively, but popped up for some big buckets to really edge Hills into the lead.
Thomas Buvak trying to find someone, finds Aldiabi. Ball fake inside. And there we go. There's Simon Kupres for two.
Again and again and again, it is relentless. Gotta ask Simon what he eats for breakfast before games because his motor is just endless.
A lot, most certainly. The three try there, miss, and Bailey Tom misses it. As Buvak gets the rebound.
Yeah, don't mind that shot from Bailey Tom. It was a wide open look, and his shooter's got to shoot.
Buvak gets inside, Buvak the spin, left on the rim, fight for the rebound. It's a bit of a foul call. We'll stay with the Bankstown Bruins. Oh, no. No. Fouls on Jonah Tulata. Hills ball. Substitutes into the game for the Bankstown Bruins as Kai Alley heads into the game, and as well as Dylan Reuters as well.
But yeah, Coach Spiro, definitely the MO early on in this game has been get into the paint, let's pound it, let's try get some high percentage two-pointers in and around the basket. Not a whole lot of threes early for Bankstown, but a lot of three attempts early for Hills on the other hand.
As Ethan Moss misses the three right there. It's Tomas Buvac. Buvac inside. Buvac draws contact. And along with crew players, Buvac getting into the line as well.
Yeah, again, Coach Spiro just telling his boys, get down here, let's go, let's put a bit of pressure on the basket. And hey, as we know, as these finals games go on, that foul trouble could be a problem for individual players. There's been a lot of foul outs this weekend, but that's the intensity of finals basketball. You want to be playing good defense, and if that means you've got to give away a foul here or there, that's all part of the game.
Simon Kuprez got himself in foul trouble yesterday in that semi-final with 4 fouls. Bankstown Bruins up by 3. We have 3 minutes remaining here in the first.
Yeah, it's going back and forth. I think both teams are kind of clicked into gear now. It's a bit of a slow start, but I think everyone's into their system.
Settle into the game as Singh looks for Moss. Late in the shot clock, down to 7, down to 6. Moss inside, ball on the floor, fight for it, and the Bruins end up with it. Boothak on the run. Kick out, Edwards the trailer. Edwards drills it. Jesse Edwards the 3.
And Jesse the kid, was saying a little earlier, one of the smoothest strokes in the business. Jesse Edwards, once he gets his legs under him and holds that follow through, is pretty much unstoppable.
Well, small out of bounds and back to Edwards. Had some amazing momentum shifting threes yesterday that kind of just built the lead, and they're able to keep the Mustangs at bay in that semi-final yesterday, as we have Harry Labuscus into the game for the Hills Hornets.
Yeah, Jesse Edwards had 4 threes last outing.
Yeah. As we have a turnover, Buvak, the steal, Buvak inside, Buvak not able to get it to go. Fight for the rebound, and the Bruins have it with Kai Alley. Lost ball, knocked out of bounds, great save there, but just gets not able to get it, and Kupres inside as there's a lot of contact as one of the Hills players falls down. Bailey Tom falls down, and we have a timeout on the floor. Hills Hornets call it. Bankstown Bruins up by 8, 23 to 15 game. 2:15 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, early momentum going with the Bankstown Bruins. I mean, they have one three-pointer, but besides that, they've been going hard in the paint. And that's what you kind of need in a tight game like this, whereas the Hills Hornets just look a step too slow on offense. The ball's not moving as quick as it did yesterday. And I think they're going to start looking for more pick-and-roll opportunities, looking to get some post-ups. Because as we know, when you get into the paint, it also opens up things on the three-point line.
Yes, of course. Draws in defenders and everything. You just think with playing the game yesterday, you'd think these players are a bit mentally tired, physically tired, and that's why they're going to the line, slowing the game down. Do you think that's what the Bankstown Bruins are doing just because of that?
Yeah, you got to stick to your fundamentals with tired legs out there. Because when you're a little fatigued, as we both are as well, your eye can be a little out. I know, a little bit out in the jump shot. Oh, Matty, you got that youthful energy. I'm feeling old this weekend.
Oh, come on! I don't even know how old you are, man. How old are you?
Born in 95, so...
Born in 95, that's not bad.
Yeah, so got my 30th birthday coming up soon. Everyone is tuning in. You're all invited, and thank you for tuning in on YouTube, live and free. It's been a wonderfully covered weekend, and we still have plenty of action coming up. We've got the Waratah men's and women's coming on after this, so stay tuned. Man, I know it's a beautiful day outside, but man, it's even better inside watching these games on YouTube.
I will be on the Waratah Women's Court just right after this on Court 1 at 1 p.m. That's scheduled for.
Yeah, geez, you're really digging deep in the energy reserves, Matty.
I'm all good. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hills Hornets offensive possession. Brooklyn Illy inside. Doesn't pick up the pivot foot. Turnover. Buvak gets it. The three there. Edwards misses everything. Offensive board, though. Buvak gets him jumping and blocked there by Jaskatsina as he knocks it out of bounds. We'll stay here with the Bankstown Bruins.
Yeah, I remember saying that to Buvak after the game yesterday. I said, mate, get straight in that ice bath. He really puts his body on the line in the trenches.
Feed right there. Malachi Stanley into the game. He misses the layup.
Yeah, plenty of depth on this Bruins side.
Turnover right there. Kai Alley gets the steer. Alley inside. Alley the way.
Kai Alley doing his best Sienna Alley impersonation there. Defense runs in the family for the Alleys.
Certainly, Kai Alley, 3.2 points per game on the season. Did not score yesterday, but scores right there.
Yeah, and an elite defender as well, Kai Alley on the perimeter. He's on ball now.
Is Bailey Tom. Tom, the three. Tom drills it.
Yeah, from deep, Bailey Tom. This is what I was saying a little earlier. Shooter's got to shoot, and you got to forget your misses and continue to get them up.
Back inside. He's fouled as he's hacked.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, always putting his body on the line. Just goes into the paint with reckless abandon. No regard for his own personal safety.
No regard. Fight for it all. This is the final game of the season, folks, in the Waratah Youth Men.
Yeah, you got the off-season coming up. You might as well go hard for it. And unfortunately for Tom Buvak, no UTS UBL this year. Was a big part of that squad, which was so successful with players like Alexander Higgins-Titcher and our favourite Tassie Parnell. But we've got Tom Buvak on the line, and I think that's where he really got some confidence under Coach Billy Saraf of the UTS program.
As he misses both free throws right there. Not able to convert on those two free throws. Bailey Tom gets inside, drives baseline, draws contact, and in and out on the basket. Yeah, get to the line for two.
For Bailey Tom, I'm liking this aggressive mentality. So he's one of the leading scorers in the league. He's definitely one of the leading scorers on this Hills Hornets side. And Bailey Tom's staying persistent as we got subs on the floor.
Benjamin Matamike into the game for the Bruins as Thomas Buvak, a great first 9 minutes here in the first quarter as he heads out.
Yeah, Benji getting his first minutes of the game. I was talking about that depth of Bankstown Bruins, especially with maybe some tired legs out there. You want to maintain that defensive energy, so quick subs.
Matamike had a great defensive outing yesterday. Ethan Moss heads back into the game for the Hills Hornets. Out goes Brooklyn Illy.
Yeah, good spell there from Brooklyn Illy. Definitely brings the defensive energy and kicks Hills into gear. And as I was saying a little earlier, he is one of those good glue guys for this Hills Hornets team. So good play to bring off the bench.
Very important. Here's Benjamin Matamike, inside. And Dylan Reuters, his contact and then the foul.
Damn, the tip-in was good. And the bench mob for the Bankstown Bruins getting it done. Only one starter out there in Jesse Edwards, but the boys in blue.
Boys in blue, they were certainly showing their depth yesterday in the Bankstown Bruins were.
Off back ring though.
Miss on the free throw.
But still, you've got to love that energy from Benji. And the putback. And instant spark plug off the bench.
Marshall's hustled, and Bailey Tom gets it to Moss. Down to 20 seconds remaining left in the first quarter. Moss inside, tough bucket. He misses, and the rebound. Jesse Edwards, shot clock turned off, down to 10. Bruins looking to get the last shot here with Edwards. 6, 5, Edwards inside, steps back. Long to Edwards, too short. On the rebound, Draskrat seeing the half-court shot, and he misses.
Yeah, it almost broke the backboard as we reached the end of the first quarter, Matty.
End of the first quarter. Bankstown Bruins up by 7, 27-20 game. So, what can the Hills Hornets do to get back? 7-point down 7 points. Ethan Moss, what do you think he's done so far?
I mean, Ethan's actually been, he came out in that first quarter really aggressive, has sat on the bench for a little bit, so maybe went a little cold, but I think a big thing for Ethan Moss, if he's not shooting, keeping that ball moving, because then he gets the ball back with a good catch and shoot opportunity. Bankstown Bruins have read the scouting report, they're suffocating Moss a lot, still getting a lot of shots up, so I think if you keep that ball moving, look to set up some down screens and some on-ball screen action for him, that'll really help, but again, I can't stress enough. Ball movement for the Hills Hornets is so crucial. Meanwhile, for the Bankstown Bruins, Matty, hey, they've come out and they've played a really physical game.
Physical, yeah, definitely. Going inside and, drawing contact, getting some free throws. Simon Cuprez has been out there around about 5 free throws in that first quarter. It's time for some sponsor reads. Basketball New South Wales would like to extend a big thank you to our official partners, Wilson, New South Wales Office of Sport, iAthletic, Soul Sports, GTK, PCYC, and the New South Wales Government. And Mitsubishi Motors, proud naming partner of NBL1. Head to your local dealer to see the range of vehicles in Australia's first 10-year warranty. And we'll finish this off as well. Basketball New South Wales has teamed up with NBA 2K in an exciting new partnership. How about that?
Yeah.
I was surprised when I saw that, but very good right there. Stay tuned for more ways to connect your love of the game on and off the court.
Yeah, I know, and Ethan Moss looking to tap into that 2K mode. Thank you to anyone tuning in, Bankstown fans from Campsie, Lakemba, or if you're out in Liverpool, or for anyone from the Hills District, Borkham Hills, Castle Hill, Kellyville, thank you so much for joining me, James, Matty, on the call for what has been a ripper grand final so far. I've got a feeling this is going to be a very close one, so don't go anywhere, and thank you to any neutral fans tuning in. I'm sure there's plenty of scouts as well.
Yeah, certainly. Do not turn off the breaker box, folks. Keep that TV on. Keep your phone charged.
Check your Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, check your Wi-Fi connection. Check everything. Do not switch off, folks. This is going to be a close one.
Yeah, will the Hills Hornets be able to get revenge for last year's grand final win, or the grand final loss, should I say, or Bankstown Bruins stake their claim and grab the banner?
Yeah. Hills Hornets made the last 2 grand finals, losing to the Mustangs in both. Back here. And inside, Bailey Tom draws contact. I guess that one to go.
Yeah, you're talking about those last 2 grand finals. Bailey Tom was such a big part of that team. There's always been plenty of depth for the Hills Hornets men's program. I mean, we had players like Saxon Orsini, who's playing NBL1 this year, and Mitch Smith as well, but could still be eligible for Youth League. So it just goes to show the depth in the program.
Yeah. Tom makes the free throw right there. There's Kai Ali. With Labiscus on him. Gets it to Edwards. Down to 14 left on the shot clock. Edwards and draws contact on the drive right there. Will be on the floor as Ethan Moss hacks him. That's Moss's first of the night.
Yeah, definitely can't afford to let Mossy get into foul trouble. But just the first team foul as well as Hills Hornets looking to get a crucial stop here and edge their way back on the scoreboard. But Bruins look like they're firing on all cylinders at the moment.
Ali inside. A lot of contact, no call. Labiscus gets the rebound. And down the other end, Bailey Tom. Jersey hold. Hills Hornets then don't like it. And he draws contact on the drive as Ali falls down.
Yeah, and who else stepping in there? Of course, it's Kyali, the defensive maestro. He's going to sub out, though. Buvak's back into the game. Yeah, some serious contact. Looking like rugby league out there. The shoulder under the hip.
Yeah, certainly a physical game so far.
But yeah, Bailey Tom, he's a strong boy. He'll hang around there.
Yeah. Tom, the feed to Moss. Moss had a good first quarter. Moss inside, he drives baseline, kicks it out around the horn. Corner three, Labiscus, too short. And the rebound is Edwards.
It's been impressive early on in this game. Bankstown Bruins really taking care of the boards, not giving a whole lot of O-boards out.
Uses the screen. Edwards to Reuters, the three. Dylan Reuters, he misses. And the rebound there, Matamike gets it, and a hell ball.
Yeah, Benj is providing a lot of energy off the bench. I know we talked about it a lot just a little previously, but man, you've got to have those kind of players who have that next man up mentality. They might not get the most minutes out there, but when they're on, they're making full use of it.
Yes.
Yeah, guys like Stanley as well.
Stanley, yeah. Played for the Canada Valley Wildfire previously in the Youth 2. And here he is, Stanley inside. Nice, pretty spin move, and Stanley with a two.
That's big. You're talking about that Wildfire connection. A big shout out to the general managers of the Bankstown Bruins, recruiting from not just other clubs in the area, but clubs all around Sydney.
Lost ball. Turnover there for the Hills Hornets. Inside, Buvak, a feed to Stanley. Stanley inside off the glass, and Stanley with two consecutive possessions where he gets a bucket.
Yeah, back-to-back for Malachi, and doing all the right things, moving off the ball, timing his cuts well, getting into that dunker spot for those high-percentage two-pointers in the paint. Love to see it from Mad Malachi.
Mad Malachi here as Tom gets open for three, too short, and Buvak the rebound.
Yeah, Buvak always scanning. Finds Jesse Edwards for the flotation device, and it is buoyant, and the friendly roll.
Edwards getting a little touch right there. Edwards with the two. Yes. Early offense there for the Bankstown Bruins.
Such a well-rounded game, Jesse Edwards, inside and outside. He's got plenty of weapons in his arsenal.
Here's Moss. Buvak on him. Feed there, Bailey Tom drives baseline, draws contact. We'll head to the line. 33-23 game in favour of the Bankstown Bruins. 7:44 remaining here in the second. As we have substitutes both sides, to Waratah and Riyad Al-Diaby will be into the game for the Bankstown Bruins. And Joshua Lente into the game for the Hills Hornets.
Yeah, and Tom Manieri's also out there getting his first minutes for the Hills Hornets. Interesting to see what Tom can do. Highly skilled player, but an elite defender.
1.5 points per game on the season in his 11 games. Missed on the first throw there by Bailey Tom.
We're going to take a quick bet as well. Who's going to end up on the floor more, Bailey Tom or Tom Buvak? Both those players like playing extremely physical basketball, and they're fearless going into contact.
Those coaches are going to have to fight to keep them off the floor if they decide to take them out.
Oh yeah, the floor wipers are going to have their hands full. Not just for this game, but all afternoon. Finals basketball always is that little bit more edgy, a little bit more physical.
Speaking of veg right there, that's great defense there by Ethan Moss, been a nuisance there on defense, knocking the ball away.
Well, often with Ethan Moss, because of his offensive skill set, people can ignore his defensive energy, but he's one of those players who gets low to the ground, moves their feet, and is a real pest in that on-ball defense situation.
Has an impact defensively that does not show on the box score. Yeah, again, averaging 22.6 points per game on the season. Can do it on both ends.
Yeah, come on, get Mossy some more NBL 1 minutes next year. I'd love to see it.
Most certainly. 10 games in the NBL 1 in 2024 and also in 2025. Inside to Waratah, the two, and to Waratah with 9 points in the assist there to Buvak.
Man, it's all about the fundamentals for Jonah Tuilata. He's taking minimal dribbles and getting these opportunities and shooting a really high percentage, making the most out of those great feeds he's been getting.
Marshall gets the screen. Inside, he kicks it out. There's Moss, down to 7. Down to 5. Moss drives baseline, gets 3. Not able to get it to go, and on the run, here's the Bruins. Buvak draws contact.
Buvak in his comfort zone. He loves a bit of open play, but always has his head on a swivel, and can stop on a dime. So is in always great control of his body to draw fouls and look for open players too.
Malachi Stanley heads out of the game. Simon Cuprez back in.
Yeah, looking to force the issue here, the Bankstown Bruins with an 11-point lead.
Looking to extend on it. Cuprez in and out and in. And he drills the three.
Yeah, not just a present in the paint. He can shoot, Simon Cuprez.
Suddenly, it's a 14-point lead here for the Bruins.
Yeah, Hills Hornets, they're going to need to respond here.
Losing touch. There's Marshall. Ethan Moss trying to get three. Marshall inside. He keeps it. Marshall pretty move and able to get the floater.
Yeah, got to stick to the Marshall plan. They've made something out of nothing there. Not much doing on offense for the Hills Hornets, but just use his dribble moves to get in a good position.
Cuprez too short on the three.
Yeah, trying to go back-to-back, Simon, but don't mind that shot from the big. Got to feed the hot hands always.
Yep, he was wide open on that try. Mieri gets it to Joshua Lorente. Lorente inside, tries to get it back as it's a kick ball and will stay with the Hills Hornets.
The defensive rotations have been so sharp for the Bankstown Bruins. Hills Hornets have looked a little out of sorts offensively, especially in the second quarter. As we see Brooklyn Illy back in the game for Hills.
Corner three off the top of the backboard, out of bounds, as Ethan Moss misses on that try.
Yeah, speaking of out of sorts, that's a rare miss. I mean, especially in that fashion for Ethan Moss, but heads up, he's got to stay aggressive this game. As he is on defense here.
He's hustling Edwards. They get it across the timeline. Ball in all sorts as Moss ends up with it. Turnover there for the Bruins. Feed there, three. Lorente misses.
Yeah, he's had 3 attempts from the long line, Lorente, but his eyes are a little off early in this game.
2 great opportunities there. Not able to convert from three-point line. As Buvac gets inside to Waratah, the follow, he misses. Fight for the rebound. Ball's on the floor. A lot of effort. Held ball, and it will go the Hills Hornets' way.
And who else but the General?
The General.
Josh Lorente. That's what they call him up at the Hive. And, yeah, really laying down the law.
Right. Laid down the law right there. Laid down on the floor to get that ball.
Yeah, throwing his body on a bomb, getting down into the trenches. Call it what you want. The General brings energy. And he's one of those players, not the biggest guy out there, but he makes up for it with heart and strength and energy.
Definitely is. Moss able to get it. Brooklyn Illy, the feed to Lorente. Bailey Tom inside. Tom's been good so far. He misses everything on the floater. And the rebound for Bruins. On the run. Riyad Al-Diaby gets it from the pass from Edwards. And a foul call. As he jumps right up there. I'm not sure if you can see that on the cameras, but he was athletic. Just getting up like that. I'm impressed.
Man, you can't hold him down too long.
I think I'd throw my back out if I did that.
Oh no, wow. Springs back up, and that really got the Bankstown Bruins fans excited. Man, big crowds in here. Both these fan bases, not just well-travelled and get out to games, but they're parochial as well.
It's been great so far this weekend. The crowd showing out. Jonathan Olato gets free, the 2 from the free throw line, and he got it.
The fundamentals for Jonathan Olato.
Nice and simple.
That's exactly what you want out of your big man. Hard-nosed defense, making the most out of his opportunities in and around the paint. Love to see it from Jonah. Can't wait to see what he does in the future as well.
Brooklyn Illy spins, drives baseline. Illy gets 3. He misses it. And Edwards the rebound. Here's Thomas Buvac with Moss on him. Tuolata backs down. Thomas Mieri falls on the floor and an offensive foul. Tuolata commits it. And Mieri draws the charge.
Yeah, Thomas Mieri. That's as close as he's going to get to being hit by a freight train. A lot of physicality there from Jonathan Tuolata. You'd not want to be between him and the basket, but a big shout out to Tom Manieri as well, putting his body on the line for his team. And they need it at the moment. They need something to change because Hills Hornets defensively been hanging in there, but offensively they're on a drought.
Yeah, offensively they have not been good in this second quarter. Down by 14. Ball goes out of bounds as Lorente tries to get it in the corner.
Yeah, I think they've got to get the ball back into Ethan Moss's hands a little bit. I know they want him off ball for shooting opportunities, but he also runs the offense really well. So maybe if they get it back to Ethan Moss, get back to running their sets.
The tough second quarter for the Hills Hornets leads to them calling the timeout, looking to talk it over. Does head coach Danny Chulikas and the rest of their coaching staff. So, is it just the matter of Ethan Moss just getting, just taking over the game, or, what do they have to do offensively? Is it what you said earlier?
Yeah, I think it's really important for Ethan Moss to have the ball in his hands a little more, not just for scoring opportunities, but when he gets downhill, it collapses the defense a lot, which will open things up for shooters like Bailey Tom. And I also wouldn't mind seeing them get into their reliable bigs as well, like Lav Banjak. He's averaging 15 points per game, Lav Banjak, so got to get the big man the ball. But meanwhile, for the Bankstown Bruins, not just offensively are they rolling, defensively, they've really turned the screws. I mean, they've only given out 26 points, and we've got 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, so that's good defensive energy.
Great. What did Ethan Moss do yesterday to get going? I mean, he had those 13 first quarter points. You were on the call for that game.
I mean, he just started hoisting them up, to be honest. And I don't know if the Bulls read the scouting report, but they were going under on screens a little too much. So I'm sure Bankstown's coaching staff actually did watch that game to see, don't go under screens on Ethan Moss. It seems simple, but it really was that simple because he just had his eye in, but they've been closing out on him really well. For Ethan Moss, it would make a big difference if you just could see 1 or 2 threes drop in. But it's not just Mossy that's got to step up as well. As I said, Bailey Tom's been the engine of their offense at the moment early on in this game. So keep looking to get Bailey Tom some easier shots because right now he's having to fight so hard to get into the paint and get those shots up.
In the regular season, the Bruins won both of the games against the Hornets, winning 111 to 100 early in the season. Then basically 2 blowout wins for them against the Hornets.
And huge score margins, triple figures. Might see that tonight as Buvak gets the 3 and he got it to go. That's it.
Back to a 43-26 game in favour of the Bruins, 17-point lead.
TB for 3, that's a dangerous prospect for the Hills Hornets. If Tom starts hitting those 3-pointers, it might be game over.
Hornets losing touch. Moss inside, the feed to Maneri, he misses the 2. In the other end, Al-Diaby, early offense, feed to Talata. Talata inside, off the glass and in. 19-point lead.
It's a simple game for Jonah Tuilata. It's a simple game. I tell you what, he's just got those fundamentals down pat. Every team would love to have a big like him.
Moss gets 3. He misses, too short. Al-Diaby the rebound. Another opportunity early here for the Bruins. Buvak fakes the 3, gets inside, on the drive, lays it in.
Buvak starting to get his eye in. He stays persistent. He's one of the fittest players in the league as well, so fatigue's definitely not an issue for him. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Al-Diaby. His energy has been electric and contagious.
Bruins have been on the run. Hornets down by 21 on the miss there by Bailey Tom. And it will go the Bruins' way. This is just an unfortunate second quarter here for the Hills Hornets. Down by 21. In a low-scoring game like this, only to score 26 with 2:44 remaining. I mean, it really is getting out of hand, and it could be one more run before this game is already over.
Yeah, it could be superstition, but I think a lot of teams have struggled on that ring on the left hand of your screen.
There we go, Al-Diaby again. 23-point lead.
Yeah, again, his energy. He's an unselfish player, Al-Diaby. Just does whatever it takes to win. Doesn't need the ball in his hand a whole lot.
Tom inside. It's away and a turnover as Tulata gets it. Early offense again. Buvak, the ball fake, out of bounds, draws contact in transition right there.
Yeah, okay, a bit of a late call, but definitely a foul. Buvak again using that change of speed, stopping on a dime and not just going up for a contested layup, but drawing the foul. I'm going to do it the easier way here at the free throw line. And he's a great free throw shooter as well. Lubinskas back in the game. Tom's going to take a break for Hills.
See if Lubinskas can make an impact on the Hills Hornets and see if they can get it back into this game. We've got 2:08 remaining here in the second.
Yeah, well, we know Harry Lubinskas can heat up in a hurry. In their last game of the regular season, he had 23 points. And he's got a good height for a shooter as well, kind of that Clint Steindl build or that Todd Blanchfield build. Yeah. That small forward who quite lanky, but that means they can get that shot off from anywhere.
25-point lead here for the Bruins. Here's Moss. Feed to Lente. Lente throws it inside, and a miss there. Lav Banjak not able to get it to go. He's been cold so far. in transition on the fast break. Edwards lay 27-point lead here for the Bruins.
Yeah, tucks that one in safely. Jesse Edwards. I was hoping for a dunk, but did the smart move there.
Oh, what Waratah! As Moss falls down. What a block there by Waratah. This has been an amazing game so far. Gone out of hand here in this grand final.
Man, smashing pumpkins. Jonah Tuilata almost took the air out of the ball. He smacked that one so hard. But Jonah Tuilata, every team needs a big like him. He's an enforcer defensively and offensively.
Inside, lost ball, on forced turnover. Love Banjak tries to get it to Labrinskis and a turnover.
Yeah, you think at the halftime break, Coach Tricky's going to read the riot act out to his team. He's like, come on, boys, one half of good basketball. This is it. It's win or go home.
All or nothing is Buvak. He steps inside, kicks it out. And a block right there as I believe that was Labrinskis who got that one. And turnover as Buvak tried to save it, goes out of bounds, and will stay with the Hills Hornets.
So getting back in force and in numbers. But look, as I was saying, I could be superstitious, but every game we've called in this game, that ring on the left hand of your screen, teams haven't been shooting that well in it. You might notice the difference in nets as well. Maybe this is just me making things up in my mind, but I don't know what it is. I've seen a lot of team unlucky.
How do you explain a team as good as the Hills Hornets to have the offensive half that they've had?
Yeah.
And just the way they've gone down. I mean, it's just like nothing. It's just a tale of two worlds. Bruins on both ends doing it. And then the Hills Hornets not able to do anything in transition. They've been great, have the Bankstown Bruins, and Hills Hornets have not been able to stop it at all. That's just a 27-point lead here for the Bankstown Bruins. Timeout as the Bruins call it. 1:12 left remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, the fatigue's looking evident for the Hills Hornets, not just physically but mentally as well. They're making a few strange errors. Hey, a lot of their shots have actually been quite good looks, but just that little 1% extra to get it to drop has just been off. As in that timeout, just interesting, Tom Buvak just down in his haunches, grabbing at his ribs. I think he took a big hit there.
Yes, as he talks to his coaches and
hopefully he'll be fine,
trying to shout out some sponsor reads. Wilson, the official ball partner of Basketball New South Wales, and Dream Hoops 1000. Let's get 1,000 new kids facing financial difficulties on courts around New South Wales. Donate today. Search Donate Dream Hoops 1000.
Yeah, the stars of the future. Help them out. As you see, the stars of the future here in the Youth League.
Coming out of the timeout, the Hills Hornets. Moss, they need this. And Moss drills the three. They need that so bad, and 53-29 game.
Yeah, you're right. Hills desperately needed that one. And who else to step up? Ethan Moss. Bring the defensive energy as well.
Is Tashin Statemos into the game for the first time for the Bruins. We had Al Diaby. That's the screen and a kick ball as Joshua Lente gets his foot on the ball right there. And Bruins ball. Feed there inside as Cuprez gets it, and a foul. Count the basket, and Cuprez will be heading to the line.
You cannot stop Simon Cuprez seriously in the paint. Once he gets that position, he uses his footwork as well as his strength to just power through contact. And all you can do is hope he just misses it, but he's a high percentage shooter in the paint and outside the paint as well. Man, what do we got to do to get this guy in the NBL 1 squad as well?
Yeah, we got to lobby, sign a petition as he misses the free throw right there, and here's Moss.
Sure, Coach Curtis Sardi's watching this game if he's not in the grandstands.
Moss, the spin inside, blocked right there by Cuprez as a miss there by Banjak. Diaby gets across the timeline. Down to 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. Not away, Diaby still has it. Cuprez kicks it out in the corner. Ali fakes the three, down to 4. Ali drives inside and draws contact.
Yeah, and that was the right play to make by Simon. I mean, triple teamed in the paint, but had the heads-up play to whip it into the corner where Ali was free. Kai Ali is going to head to the free throw line. And again, big shout-out to Sienna Ali if she is tuning into the game, part of the Bankstown Bruins Youth League and NBL 1 side. And the Alley family, they're a long-time Bruins family, so shout out to any Alleys tuning in. Sure they're enjoying this action, especially the scoreline.
Shout out to everyone tuning in so far. Bruins have made this, for lack of a better phrase, a blowout, as it's a 57-29 game. Got 6.9 remaining here. And it will stay with the Hills Hornets as Moss's ball is knocked out of bounds there by Al Diaby. 4.8 remaining. Ball in the backcourt.
Yeah, Bruins looking to finish off what has pretty much been a perfect half.
It really has, as Lubinskas inside the lob there, bench back, misses. And Lubinskas has the two right there. He was left wide open. That's the end of the first half. Bankstown Bruins. What a half by them. Tale of two worlds. Hills Hornets in a hole, down by 28. It's a 57-29 game here.
I hate to say it though, that last play by the Hills Hornets, that failed lob pass, really sums up a lot of the issues they've had with execution.
Yes.
They just got to do the simple things right. They're definitely not out of this game, but I think they're going to have to make some serious adjustments at halftime.
Going to have to completely change. Only scoring 29 points here in the first half. Again, Bankstown Bruins up by 28. It's a 57-29 game. We'll be back here in a moment with the second half of this Waratah Youth Men Grand Final here at the Waratah League Finals in the Central Coast. We'll be back here at W1YM Stadium soon. put the hand markers there if it's not right? You know what I mean? Back here at GYG Stadium, grand final of the Waratah Youth 1 men, Bankstown Bruins. What a second quarter that was, going up against the Hills Hornets. Hills Hornets only scoring 9 points in that second quarter. It was a close game in that first. 27-20 the score was then. But now the second quarter, now into the second half, Bankstown Bruins up by 28. 28, James. And
it's all been going.
Wow.
It's all been going for the Bruins, and you've got to give Coach Spiro a lot of credit. He's drawn up a exquisite game plan. But on the other side for the Hills, I was walking behind them just on my way back from going to the canteen, and they look pissed off. They know they're better than this. They've made it through the grand final, and they're definitely going to come out all guns blazing in the second half. But I think the Bankstown Bruins will be just as fired up as well. They feel like they deserve it.
It'd be certainly heartbreaking to lose 3 grand finals 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of the Buffalo Bills in the 90s.
Nice, wow.
In the NFL. That's not really a deep cut. Everyone knows that, the Buffalo Bills. But the Hills Hornets would be quite disappointing, and just the way that second quarter went, you're just going to look back at that if you're Danny Trilkus, and you just think, what did he say? What could you say down 28 in that first half time?
Oh, look, I'm sure it probably wasn't a family-friendly speech, to be honest, but
yeah, a lot of colourful words, probably.
There's two types of coaches, though.
Yeah,
some of them stay cool,
true.
calm, collected. Some of them really throw the clipboard at them.
As we get started here in the second half, we had Al Diaby to throw in.
Yeah, it's all on the line here. Grand final. There's no games after this. Got to leave that all on the line. And Hills Hornets, will they get revenge, or the Bankstown Bruins run away with it? Second half underway.
As the Hills Hornets fans right beside me to my right go off and try to encourage their team, as Jesse Edwards misses the floater right there, an offensive rebound though, and it will stay here with the Bankstown Bruins as Simon Kuprez is there on the offensive boards.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for Hills Hornets supporters. Here they just took out the Youth Women 2 grand final. So
yes.
Congratulations to Hills. That's back-to-back championships in Youth Women 2.
Yes, and a very passionate fan base in the Sydney area. Hosted last year's Waratah League grand finals. Jesse Edwards kicks it out. Riyad Al Diaby on the right-hand side of the floor. He misses. Fight for the rebound. Will stay here with the Hills Hornets as Gabriel Mokosov not able to hold on to the ball right there.
Yeah, and for Gabriel, he gave them great minutes starting the game, but didn't play a whole lot in the second quarter. I think defensively he did a really good job, as he just does there.
As Kuprez misses the 2 right there. Great defense by the aforementioned Gabriel Mokosov. Banjak inside had a tough first half, but creates and gets that tough bucket right there to start off the scoring there for the Hills Hornets.
Yeah, maybe he got away with a pretty generous gather step, but love Banjak. Good to see him being aggressive.
Edwards open from the corner. He misses, and Banjak the rebound. On the run there, Banjak contact, offensive foul as Buvak draws the charge. Great defense there, but that read that from a mile away.
Yeah, don't mind it though from Banjak though. Like to see him coming out of the halftime break aggressive, because the Bankstown Bruins definitely won the physical battle early on in this game. So the bigs are Hills. They got to step up. They got to match that energy.
Come out with some reckless abandon to the Hills Hornets here. They need to do so. Get Al Diaby. Thomas Buvak uses the screen around the horn. Edwards drives inside. Edwards misses on the 2-point try and out of bounds as Joshua Valente not able to keep it in. Stay here with the Bankstown Bruins. 57-31 game minute gone here in the third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of those 50-50s not going the Hills Hornets' way. Case in point just then.
Yeah, just right there. They heard you.
Yeah, I know. It's all about those little 1%ers, and especially with the score margin like this, a lot of the line of the grand final, you're really going to need to have some of those start rolling your way.
Yes, it would be quite frustrating for the Hills Hornets with that second quarter and those 1% plays, as you mentioned, as we have another Yeah, case in point, as you said. There we go.
These little 50-50s, and it can just exacerbate the frustration. But the Hills Hornets, they've got to stay composed here. Now, I'm well and truly still in this game. But the Bankstown Bruins have put on a clinical performance so far.
We're back to throw in, and now Edwards uses the screen. Edwards dribbles, ball knocked away. Edwards loses it, but they're able to corral it. No Cruz Perez inside, too short on the floater, and the rebound as Moss. On the run, Rolente. Moss back to Rolente. Rolente, they three, too short. 5 for the rebound, and Edwards gets it.
Yeah, unfortunately for Loretta, he has been struggling from the three-point line. That's 0-4 now.
As Buvak draws contact on the drive. No score there, and fouls on the floor. Still a 26-point lead here for the Bankstown Bruins. 2 minutes gone here in the third. Feet inside, risky pass, knocked out of bounds, and still Bruins ball as Gabriel Masterkev knocks that one out of bounds.
But again, great job by Gabe. He's starting to match the physicality and presence of the Bankstown bigs.
Waratah. Feet inside, Cuprez. Cuprez not able to get the lay-in. Long rebound as Moss falls on the floor, and a foul call as will go the Hornets' way.
Yeah, I think he's a bit handsy trying to get the ball back there. Simon prepares. I mean, he's a physical player, but yeah, maybe a little overzealous on that play. I think floor wipers not going to come into the effect here. So Hills Hornets, interesting to see. Ethan Moss been played off ball, so it looks like they're trying to get in some opportunities of some down screens, off ball screens.
Definitely, as he comes up front now, DHO to Moss. Moss dribbles, steps back. Defense is good here from the Bruins. Inside, Rolente, tough buckets, left on the rim, unlucky. And Tulata, the rebound as they get it out. The 3-on run right here. Cuprez inside, tough way, tough bucket, and back to a 28-point lead.
Wow, that was an acrobatic finish. Contorting his body mid-air and still having a nice sugary touch on the end. Beautiful.
Here's Ethan Moss, needs to get going. Rolente. Starters in for the Hornets. Here's Moss, directing traffic. Down to 6, pulls up for 3, and Moss hits.
Hand in his face and everything. Ethan Moss just has that killer mentality. I mean, that was a great closeout by Buvak, but an even better shot by Moss.
Perez inside, tough defense, a lot of contact, no call as Cuprez argues. Moss made the 3 on the last possession. The Banjak around the horn, in the corner. Rolente for 3, not able to get it.
Yeah, and I think that has been one of the X factors for the Bankstown Bruins. Is Buvak's size can close out on Ethan Moss a lot better. And yesterday we had Bulls with Sabota, who's a little smaller. So I think that's sizable mismatch at the point guard position as that kept Moss down a little bit.
Yeah, turnover right there. As it'll go the Hornets' way, I believe that was Buvak to commit that turnover. Music going right here. Hornets on offense. Banjak. Give that to Tom. Moss moving off ball. Tom has it. Tom inside, tough basket, not able to get it to go, but a foul call on the fight for the rebound in the Bruins' way.
Yeah, Hills Hornets, they're running some good off-ball action, but you've got to get those passes off. I mean, it's one thing to run the play, but you've got to execute as well. I mean, that's what happens. It demoralizes your teammates if you don't get them the ball when they're in a good opportunity. You've got to keep that ball moving. You don't want to tighten up too much and get that selfish basketball.
4 fouls, I believe, on Masterkev as he heads out.
Yeah, so John Tuilata to the line.
Already in the bonus with 6:09 remaining in the third quarter, and the Bruins head to the line.
Yeah, actually started the first game of the NBL 1 season for the Bankstown Bruins. I think a last-minute inclusion in the starting 5, and he was almost the player of the match in that win against the North Bears.
Got a lot of experience overseas, played 12 games for Odessa College, a junior college in Odessa, Texas, a couple years back. Also has some experience in the Ultimate Basketball League as well, averaging 30.5 points per game in 11 games in the 2024 season. Banjak inside. Moss fakes the three. Good defense there. Buvak able to close out. Hustling. Down to 5, down to 4. They need to get it off. Singh for 3, and he misses. And that was the rebound.
Almost with the bailout there is Singh, but great defense again on Buvak on Moss.
Perez inside, feeds it to Waratah. He's been great. Blocked there by Banjak as Banjak gets the block. And out of bounds.
Yeah, Brooklyn Illy going to check into the game. We're going to give the general Lorente a bit of a break. A well-earned break for Lorente.
Lorente cold so far offensively, heads out of the game. Edwards the feed to Buvak. Buvak steps back at the free throw line. Al-Diaby pulls up for 3. Not able to get it. And the rebound to Brooklyn Illy, who just added into the game for the Hornets.
Yeah, maybe Brooklyn can be the spark plug that they are. Hills Hornets need.
Tom for 3, he misses. And it's getting desperate times here for the Hornets. They're just chucking up these threes. Wide open they are, but they're not able to convert as they've been very cold offensively, as we are fouled down the other end for the Bankstown Bruins. And at the line will go Kuprez. Second foul for Singh.
I think psychologically as well for the Hills Hornets, so difficult to go down by so much early in the game, because when you start playing catch-up basketball, you kind of forget your game plan and forget what's actually got you through to the grand final.
Yeah, you forget and completely switch it up. In desperate times here, 28-point deficit for the Hornets. We have 5 minutes left remaining here in the third quarter. You just wonder, what's it going to take for them to pull back? They need a run here quick.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a player like Harry Lubinsis get a few more minutes out there. I think he's the scorer the Hills Hornets need out there.
Here's Tom. Missed the 3 on the last possession. Feed to Moss. Down to 6, down to 5. Moss steps back. The step back 3, pretty move. Too short on the try. And a rebound, Al-Diaby.
Yeah, it's a pretty high percentage shot for Ethan Moss. But again, Buvak up to the challenge, using that height to put it off.
Waratah knocked away if Moss gets the steal on the fast break. Moss with the lay uses the rim as an extra defender, but Banjak gets the follow on the Moss miss.
Yeah, clean up an all 13. Good hustle by Banjak. In the
open corner 3, Jesse Edwards. 29-point lead, largest lead of the night for the Bruins.
Jesse Edwards with the string music. That was a pretty shot and ripped the net.
Bruins showing no sign of complacency being up this far. Inside, Tom with the lay. And Bailey Tom on the drive.
Yeah, the drought's over for the Hills Hornets. Good play, and Bailey Tom, definitely not his responsibility, this deficit at the moment. He's been playing sensationally.
Buvak with a reverse layup. And Thomas Buvak back to a 29-point lead here.
Buvak staying relentless. He's barely been off this game.
Foul call, offensive foul. Illegal screen there as Jaskat Singh draws his 3rd.
Yeah, and been in the trenches as well,
foul.
Tom Buvak. Grabbing his back, he's grabbing his ribs a little earlier. They're just throwing everything at Tom Buvak, but he's tough as nails.
Tough as nails as the Bruins crowd congratulates Waratah and Al-Diaby as they head out the game. They can pretty much sense it almost at this point. Game is not over. We are not even in the fourth quarter, folks. There's a turnover right there. Bailey Tom on the break. Blocked from behind from Buvak, but a goaltend, I believe. Or
no, I think he got ball and hand on that one.
Ball in hand, so a foul.
I think a bit of positive signs for the Hills Hornets. The defensive energy is still being reliable, and it's leading to some transition opportunities.
Yes, but the open 3. A minute ago from Jesse Edwards. And 3 right there in a game like this. That's massive.
Yeah, it's about stringing together those high-intensity defensive sets together. To keep that morale and try to build a bit of momentum. But Bailey Tom can't get the first one to drop.
Not good right there as Tom misses, makes the second, and misses the first. Thomas Buvak. Buvak gets inside, tough bucket, gets his own rebound, not good on the follow. On the run, Bailey Tom. Tom inside. Nanamike tries to get the block. He gets the rebound on the run. Moss tips it out. Turnover there for the Bruins. Moss with a great defensive play. He fakes the three. The feed there. Got it to go. Brooklyn Illy left wide open from the right-hand side of the floor. Assist there to Ethan Moss.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered. Brooklyn Illy, again, justifying his minutes at the moment. He's hasn't really put a foot wrong this game.
25-point lead for the Bruins. Inside, Simon Cuprez not able to get the lay. And a fight for the rebound. Hornets have it. Bailey Tom handling the ball a lot. Desperate times. Bailey Tom drives and one. Bailey Tom. And they're inching closer. And possible to make this a 22-point deficit now with 2:22 remaining left in the third as Bailey Tom will head to the line for 1 free throw to convert on the old-fashioned.
Yeah, a bit of signs of life for the Hills Hornets. They've definitely woken up as this quarter's gone along. I mean, still have a huge mission in front of them to try claw back into this game, but some green shoots in the soil.
You could say they're on life support as they're down by 22, but still a chance.
Yeah, they've got a big crowd here as well, willing them on, the Hills Hornets.
A lot of support.
Yeah,
see if they can make a run right here with a lot of some offensive momentum. Some great defensive plays as well in the last couple of minutes. Inside as Reuters gets the two.
Yeah, the Bankstown Bruins have been so intentional with their offensive play. They're not just wasting passes, throwing it around, but no wasted dribbles, no wasted motion. I think they've played a great offensive game and are very focused, the Bankstown Bruins, you can just tell.
All right, Ethan Moss. He has it, drives. Baseline is blocked from behind by Cuprez. What a block. He blocks that one off the glass as Moss goes strong to the basket in early offense. 16 left on the shot clock.
Yeah, Simon says, get that out of here.
Simon says, get that out of here. What a line there by James.
Thank you.
Ethan Moss, spin inside, fall down and will go the other way. An offensive foul as the Hills Hornets supporters do not agree as Max Marshall commits the offensive foul.
Yeah.
1:43 remaining here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Hills Hornets fans there, they're very parochial. But the Bankstown Bruins fans, they're having a bit of fun with it as well. Bruins Lay is a very tough place to win, and they've made the trip up here to the Central Coast.
Here's Jesse Edwards, nice spin move, feed inside, what a pass. Cuprez with the two, and an assist to Jesse Edwards. Pretty much a no-looker right there, I believe.
Yeah, some champagne basketball from the Bankstown Bruins. They look incredibly comfortable.
Champagne basketball, they may be spreading the champagne later on tonight. As the miss there by Bailey Tom on the three.
Yeah, depending on the budget, it might be kind of Prosecco kind of event, but
yeah.
We'll see.
Not from Champagne France, and the three right there. That might become reality as they are up by 29. Dylan Reuters on the three right there.
Yeah, again, just looking very comfortable, the Bankstown Bruins. The ball's just moving effortlessly.
And they answer that misses everything. Jaskat Singh on the three-point try. And possible to make this a 30-point lead here, the Bankstown Bruins. Edwards steps back for three. Edwards, he misses on the triple.
Yeah, rebounds, they're going to call a foul there on Benji, aka LeBron James. Shout out to his family who's tuning in. I didn't get told to say that. We just came up with
GK said that yesterday on the call.
Yeah. But no, he's got a lot of supporters and a bit of a fan favourite out in Bankstown.
Yeah, I get the sense of that for sure. As Malachi Stanley into the game for the Bankstown Bruins, switched to number 55 halfway through this game. From number 15 inside as the miss there by Brooklyn Illy. Ball goes out of bounds and ball literally heads right to our feet.
Thank you, yeah. It was looking like a bit of a kick for touch there. But a bit of Bulldog style from the Bankstown Bruins there.
Yeah. Bailey Tom to throw in as we have substitutions as we had Al Diaby into the game for the Bankstown Bruins.
Yeah, Jesse Edwards takes a break. He's pretty much had the perfect game so far. He's done everything right.
Alec Ryan into the game for the Hills Hornets. Late in the shot clock inside. Draws contact. Bailey Tom to the line on the drive. 6.3 remaining left on the game clock here in the third quarter. 29-point lead. 29-point deficit. 29-point deficit for the Hills Hornets.
Actually, interesting substitution for Hills Hornets getting the kill Singh, his first minutes of the night, of the afternoon, should I say.
Yeah.
And he's a big body in there. Maybe looking to throw something different at the Bankstown Bruins.
And second one made. 6.3 remaining. Here's Buvak. Gets across the timeline, knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Bankstown Bruins at 2.9 remaining.
I like this mentality, though, from the Bankstown Bruins. They're definitely not taking their foot off the pedal. They're not taking this lead for granted.
Certainly not. Up by 28. Buvak gets it in. Errant pass. Riyad Al-Diaby tries to save it. Full court shot off the top of the backboard. And end of the quarter.
Strange ending to the third
very strange.
quarter there.
Clock started a bit later than it should have, but that's the end of the third quarter as the Bankstown Bruins can sense it here in this grand final in the Waratah Youth 1 men. Bankstown Bruins up 74-46 heading into the fourth quarter. And what do you think the conversation is in that Hills Hornets huddle?
They're saying, let's keep that energy up. Look, we just need to do one play at a time, got to execute. Nothing was going their way at the start of that third quarter, but starting to show signs of life, especially players like Bailey Thomas staying aggressive. But you've got to give the Bankstown Bruins defense a lot of credit. They've been suffocating the stars of the Hills Hornets.
Most certainly. Give some time here for some sponsor reads between quarters. Soul Sports, the official supplier of officiating and Basketball New South Wales staff apparel. Check out their range at soulsports.au.
Yeah, big shout out to Soul Sports as well. I think the Bankstown Bruins use Soul Sports.
Yes, they are.
Panthers as well.
Yeah.
It's the best basketball gear you can get.
Best basketball gear as well. iAthletic is the official partner of Basketball New South Wales high performance programs and merchandising. Head to iAthletic.com.au. And also Basketball New South Wales. Find your team with Basketball New South Wales, 80 plus associations statewide. www.bnsw.com.au to join a squad.
Yeah, no matter where you are in New South Wales, there's teams. If you're in Camden Valley, if you're in Queanbeyan, if you're on the Central Coast, there is a club near you. Hey, and even if you don't want to play, get involved. Maybe you'll become a commentator, a coach, a volunteer, a manager. There's so many great clubs around New South Wales.
Get involved. It's a great community, and to get involved further, follow Basketball New South Wales and NBL 1 East on social media today for all the latest news.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, the social media's been off the chain. I don't think he's going to hate me saying it, but Caleb's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, Caleb's done great. You know, he's been great for us and the commentators. Shout out to Caleb and the rest of everyone that's helped us out and helped out this event. Again, great hosting from the Central Coast Waves at Niagara Park Stadium and also here at the Guzman y Gomez Stadium with the Central Coast Crusaders.
Yeah, definitely can get used to it. I like it because the weather's getting a little warmer this time of year.
Yeah.
If I'd planned this week, I would have made a week out of it here on the Central Coast. It's
a beautiful spot. We're stone's throw away from the beaches, not too far away from here in Terrigal at the GYG Stadium. Not too long of a drive. And it's a long road ahead for the Hills Hornets. They want to get back here and possibly make back this deficit here in this grand final in the Waratah Youth 1 men. On offense, Moss comes off ball. Moss inside, steps back, and a turnover as we'll go the other way with the Bankstown Bruins as a foul is called.
And sorry, just a little correction from earlier. The Hills Hornets women didn't win the Div 2 grand final. It was actually the Central Coast Crusaders winning on home court. My mistake. Sorry about that one. Of course, the Hills Hornets win yesterday, so I just kind of had it in my mind that they won the grand final.
Need a fact check to it there, man.
Yeah, I know. Pick one of the teams is a 50-50 chance. My mistake.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry.
So good to see the crew getting another banner here.
Yes. Kai Stanley into the game for the Bankstown Bruins. Inside as Riyad Al-Diaby. He misses. And the follow there as Matamike gets it.
Big bad Benji.
Benji Matamike, fan favorite, as you said earlier, listed at 6'5", 89 kilograms. Is a alum of AUSA Hoops as Moss makes a three on the step back.
Yeah, Moss. Okay, maybe he can kick into gear Maybe some Moss Magic, and no, I'm not talking about the Mossvale Magic, who will be in the Waratah Grand Final later today.
They will.
And doing it defensively, Ethan Moss.
Ethan Moss, as we have a turnover there on the floor, as Vivek had the ball right there. Hornets will have it. Down by 27, minute gone here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, still not over, but there's almost zero margin for error for the Hills Hornets. Banjak.
Banjak inside as he's hacked. Malachi Stanley and Dylan Reuters there. Malachi Stanley gets his second of the night. And Lav Banjak, who turned 20 on August 13th. 2024 Youth 2 Men Rookie of the Year. 2 games in the NBL 1 for the Hills Hornets this year. And was the Hills Hornets for the club 2024 Player of the Year.
Yeah, we'd love to see the Hills Hornets bring a few more of their youth players through to the NBL 1 squad instead of relying on imports so much. There's so much depth of talent at the Hills program.
Banjak misses both free throws right there. Diaby inside. He's a lot of contact. Matamike on the follow, and Benjamin Matamike back-to-back buckets right there. Will head to the line, draws the M1.
Yeah, I can see why they wanted to call him LeBron James, his parents. It's yeah, it's showing some serious LeBron-type strength there.
4.6 points per game on the season as Nikhil Singh heads out of the game for the Hills Hornets. And Thomas Minari into the game, along with Harry Labinskas back in for the Hills Hornets as Brooklyn Illy heads out.
Yeah, I was calling for it a little early to see Harry Labinskas get a few more minutes, because he can heat up in a hurry. Might be the spark plug they need to try to put in a last push here. Here he is in the corner.
Corner three, Labinskas. He misses too long on the try. And followed there, Bailey Tom gets the 2. 28-point lead. Highest lead of the game for the Bankstown Bruins was 30 just then, as almost a backcourt violation there. Buvac inside, Malachi Stanley for 2.
He's doing it all. Not just scoring, but playmaking as well, Tom Buvac.
Certainly. Inside, draws contact. Bailey Tom will head to the line for 2 as he holds onto his left leg right there. He's a bit shaken up as he's on the floor. Might be a cramp right there. As
if anyone's got any pickle juice out there.
Yeah, pickle juice. Does that work?
I'm not too sure.
Not too
I just
sure.
like the taste of pickle juice.
I think it's just something you see on Facebook one time and everyone just kind of ran with it.
Yeah, it's a bit
pickle
of a
juice, it works.
Oh, yeah. So this is one of those things. Oh, yeah, horseradish. That really helps with your wrinkles. It just sounds like a bit of
horseradish. All right. Nice.
I made that one up, but...
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, but Bailey, just trying to walk through it. I was saying it a little earlier in the game. Who's going to end up on the floor more, Buvac or Bailey Tom? And it's looking like they're even at the moment. Both those players play so physical and fearless and out.
He might have to head out.
Oh,
as he steps back right there, just hobbling on that leg.
Man, you've got to respect Bailey Tom, though. He's really put his body on the line for this Hills Hornets side.
And he makes that second free throw as you head out of the game, hobbling on that left leg as Joshua Lente will head in for him. With 8:10 remaining, we have a 29-point game here as Buvac steps on the line out of bounds.
Yeah,
as Ethan Moss with some great defense right there to harass him.
Tippy toes on the sideline. Hills, they're going to have to stick with that pressing action. They might get a few extra possessions out of it. Or at least hope to Bankstown Bruins out of their system a little bit.
Feed inside to Banjak. Love Banjak out of bounds. Stay with the Hills Hornets as the Bankstown Bruins displeased with the call. Joshua Olente to throw in. 11 on the shot clock. 8:05 remaining. Banjak finds Moss. Desperate times. Can Moss get something to go? Moss with the 3 from the top of the key. He misses. Fight for the rebound. Minari with great effort there, but out of bounds as Banjak not able to save it. And a turnover.
The Hornets are running out of time here, and Bankstown Bruins looking extremely comfortable. But this pretty pressing action could mix things up a little bit, but at the moment, Bankstown Bruins well and truly in control.
In fact, he's double teams and a foul call. 13th foul for for the Hills Hornets. Buvak will throw in. That's the Matamike. Now with Reuters for 3. Dylan Reuters, he misses.
Yeah,
and Banjak the rebound.
Didn't hit one earlier this game. He does love that straight on 3 from the top of the key.
It was wide open as Moss drives inside. Pretty move, draws contact, and will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, and more bodies on the floor, and maybe a bit of cramping up by Ethan Moss. I tell you what.
Almost reminiscent of what Bailey Tom just did. Yeah, just dealt with earlier.
I don't know. Look,
falls on the floor and deals with the
doesn't
cramp.
make a huge difference, but Hills Hornets did have the slightly later time slot. Look, I know maybe 2 or 3 hours maybe doesn't matter too much with recovery, but I think Bankstown had a little more time to turn their bodies back around. And also the Hills Hornets have been relying heavily on their starters.
Yes, and the Hornets yesterday was a blowout win, but you were on the call for that game. Like when did those starters kind of go out? Because the game was kind of back and forth. The Bulls kind of made their way back.
They kept him in the whole time because the Bulls were always kind of within 10 points, so it wasn't quite a comfortable victory. Although it looked like Hills were going to win it the whole time. Yeah. It was definitely some nervous moments, so had to ride the starters a lot longer than maybe Coach...
Yeah, more than the score puts on. It was a 22-point win for the Hornets yesterday here on Court 1 against the NOS Bulls, and see, it might be what over as Banjak, and he misses. The 2 was quite wide open on that try. Back the spin, inside, draws contact once again, and a lot of foul calls in the last couple of minutes.
And Buvak again, body on the floor.
Both teams in the bonus already as well.
I don't know how he does it, Buvak. His body just cops it.
He's
Game
different. We don't understand as non-athletes, really.
Absolutely. I get injured stepping up from the couch. I pulled my neck brush and my teeth the other week. It was very embarrassing.
Oh, man, you sleep bad, like your neck, sleep wrong. That hurts a lot. These athletes are something else.
They're made for it. And a lot of them are playing all year round as well. You did mention the UBL before, not the University Basketball League, but the Ultimate Basketball League.
Ultimate Basketball League. Jonathan Lida playing his games that he plays last year. And then he's on the rebound right there. Fight for the rebound. Kupred still has it. And a lot of effort in close there. A lot of bodies, and the Hills Hornets have it. Moss around the horn. A lot of ball movement here from the Hornets. Inside, Banjak, tough bucket, blocked from behind by Kuprez, and Bruins ball. Amazing defense there by Simon Kuprez, and it's a 28-point lead here for the Bankstown Bruins.
All game long, in fact, all season long, there's nothing easy for the Hills Hornets in the face of this Bankstown Bruins defense.
Good defense here by the Hills Hornets right in front of us as Buvak is double-teamed there by Harry Lebinskas and Joshua Rolente. .16 on the shot clock. Hills Hornets crowd arguing for an 8-second count. And they get it.
Yeah. So I had to consult a bit on that one. Of course, the refereeing, it's a team game as well.
Yes. Yeah. Shout out to all the referees for today. Reese Warham, Tom Marsh, Yashir Ellencourt, a great game. Sure, they had some action as well yesterday, so grinding it out just like everyone here, like us, like these players right here as Bailey Tom misses the 2, and a foul call on the fight for the rebound.
Yeah, it might even be harder to recover for referees because they have to focus every split second of the game.
Mentally, yes. Inside, Rolente, great pass, and on the baseline out of bounds play, Bailey Tom on the assist to Rolente.
Yeah, Lorente opens his account for the day. Good to see him on the score sheet,
Kuprez outside, Buvak left wide open for the triple. He misses, and Tom the rebound. Bailey Tom out in the corner, around the horn. Moss for 3. They need this badly. He misses. On the offensive boards, though, Lebinskas gets the 2.
Yeah, soft touch by Lebinskas. It's a real silky game.
Now it's a 24-point lead here for the Bruins. On offense they are.
Yeah. Bruins with a chance to put the icing on the cake soon, and especially if they're going to be playing like that. Wow, Diaby.
Diaby for the 2 on the drive, 3.5 points per game on the season. Had 2 points, 2 fouls yesterday against the Bears. Moss kicks it out, wide open from corner, and Joshua Lente drills it.
We had the general reporting for duty in the corner.
And we're reporting for Junior. Another great line there from James as Benjamin Matamike gets inside, draws contact. A lot of bodies on the floor.
Yeah, kind of had the chair just pulled out from underneath him, Benji, so it came down hard.
A lot of arguing coming from the Hills Hornets supporters to my right.
Yeah, the Bruins fans aren't too happy either with that one. Hey, Jesse Edwards, bit of a spell on the bench, so he's going to check back into the game. Buvak thought he was coming out, but he's like, Coach Spiro's like, no, you got to finish this game. I don't know if Buvak's come out of this game. I could be wrong, even if he has.
Oh, he's like maybe during the second quarter, if I can recall, but I mean, he's been at it all game long. No matter how large the lead is, up by like 30 early in this quarter, and possible to be a 25-point lead after this free throw if Matamike makes it, and he does.
Yeah, it shows the mentality of Spiro. He's not taking his foot off the gas, not taking this lead for granted as Kai Ali back in the game.
It's a 25-point lead. 85-60 game with almost 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter and possibly in the season. You'd think as a turnover down the other end, Buzak on the drive, Euro step move, and Cuprez on the follow. The offensive boards have been quite a problem for the Hills Hornets on defense as Moss pulls up for the triple. He misses. And out of bounds on the long rebound, long miss, and it will go down the other end for the Bankstown Bruins.
Yeah, Ethan Moss just hasn't quite got his legs under his shot. He has hit a couple of threes this game, but I think this heavy minutes and fatigue has really started to set in.
Most certainly as Kai Ali gets it inside to Alonso. Had a great first half inside. He gets inside now and draws contact as Ethan Moss falls down to Alonso and Moss.
Yeah, but each other up. Love a bit of good sportsmanship
Good sportsmanship right there as the big Alonso knocks over the smaller Moss.
Yeah, a little bit of a size mismatch, but Jordan Tuilata, I mean, can't forget, in that start of the game, he really set the tone early on.
Definitely.
Got a few high percentage shots in the paint. I think got 6 points pretty quickly.
Yes.
But then also defensively, he's really been an enforcer all season long and today.
Now a 28-point lead, looking to make it a 29-point lead, and we got to think big picture with this, right? With game, let's be honest, pretty much all but over. It'll be very hard to get back for the Hills Hornets, a 29-point lead for them, for the Bankstown Bruins. But for the Hornets, a tough end to the season, you'd think, and for the Bankstown Bruins to go ahead and win the title, what do you think that means to them?
I think it means that the Bankstown Bruins men's program's definitely rehabilitated. Had a few rough years there in Youth League and NBL 1, but I think they've really dedicated themselves to player development, and I think the fruits of that labour is starting to really yield.
Tom makes the 2 on the other end. Bruins on offense. 89-62 game. 3 there from Kaya Ali. He was wide open. Offensive rebound, though, Talata. That, again, as I mentioned, a problem for the Hills Hornets. Talata's been an absolute beast on the offensive boards, and that first half was quite amazing for him to set the tone and get out to that big lead they had in that second quarter.
Oh, Simon, too strong.
Tough bucket there from Cuprez, just getting inside and using every might of his strong body. Again, 102 kilograms for Cuprez as the miss for the 3 there by Bailey Tom.
Yeah, and I think looking into the future for the Hills Hornets, we're going to look at a fast break here from Lubinskas.
Lubinskas rolls in and drops down, and took about a second on the rim right there as we have a foul call. Hills Hornets crowd not liking the call as we have in the bonus the Bankstown Bruins. Looks like Thomas Buvak will be at the line for 2.
Yeah. But I was just going to say a little earlier, for the Hills Hornets program, it's important to remember that a lot of their youth league players, again, we're saying earlier, like Mitch Smith, like Saxon Orsini, they just dedicate themselves to NBL 1. Because, again, there's a lot of depth of talent in the Hills Hornets. So if they have their full youth league squad or all their eligible players playing, they'd be extremely competitive. But I think especially for the Hills Hornets, they do have to provide those pathway opportunities into the NBL 1 squad. Players like Jack Giddens and Jamie Munro moved on to Manly. I think that's a huge missed opportunity for the Hills Hornets. But again, it just shows the depth in their program and their dedication to development up at the Hive.
Yes, up at the Hive. And that's really been a problem or just like something these Youth 1 squads have had to deal with. Of course, yesterday you had the MVP, Tom Parsons, not playing for the Maitland Mustangs, going over to college in the US. You had Will Mortimer for the same Mustang squad, who played 5 games this year for the Maitland Mustangs after college as well. It's just a difficult situation for some of these teams. Not enough continuity. You have a lot of teams, especially even in the Waratah men, got teams that dealt with injuries throughout the entire season long, and just a bunch of other factors that you may not see at maybe the higher levels to deal with as part of these squads in the Waratah Youth 1 men, and just kind of at this level.
Yeah, and it is a fine balance with the youth league as well, because of course you want a competitive team, but the priority for the majority of these clubs is the NBL 1 squad. So I think whatever good for that, they normally stick to. But on the Bruins side, I'd love to see players like Johnny Toolard. I know he's in the NBL 1 squad, but to get more of an opportunity, more minutes.
Yeah,
Simon Prepares, for example, he has to be in that NBL 1 squad next year.
Most definitely.
But guys like Jesse Edwards are heading off to college. But damn, would have been great to see him hang around in NBL 1 as well. Charlie Macbeth, who I know did play a bit of youth league this year.
Yeah, Charlie Macbeth prepared for him as well. He's off to college as well, and tough foul right there as Buvak's on the floor.
Again.
Still in the game. And it's a 92-66 game. A lot of the starters still in for the Bankstown Bruins. Spiro not taking the foot off the pedal, and with coming into the game for Bankstown Bruins, going to have some substitutions coming on with Sam Green into the game for the first time today.
Yeah, man. I would have loved to see a bit of Alec Ryan action for the Hills Hornets today. He's one of our favourite players, Alec Ryan. Yeah, but I don't think didn't suit up today. He's part of the squad, but man, free Alec Ryan, give him some minutes.
Free Alec Ryan. Jonathan Lata inside on the miss, and the rebound to Harry Lubinskas. Down to 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Lubinskas inside, kicks it out. Bailey Tom, the three, he's good.
Yeah, Bailey. That's another player I'd love to see get a few more opportunities in NBL 1 too.
Yeah.
Same with Ethan Moss, man. Give him the start.
Definitely. Double team there is Kai Ali. They got it across the timeline. Good opportunity for a bucket right here. Bovak goes strong, and Talada again on the follow. Just absolutely doing everything on the offensive boards. And if we have the stats up right here, you would think it would be like a double-double, like 20 and 12 game from Talada. As we have 2 misses from 3 from the Hills Hornets. Tom misses that most recent one, and Edwards the rebound.
Yeah, I think he just rolled his ankle, Edwards. Bit of a wet
he's
spot.
hobbling, grabbing onto that right ankle as we have the foul call on the other end.
Yeah, good chance to get some substitutions in here. Of course, there's no games for a lot of these players after this, but yeah, injuries are still injuries. You've got to take them seriously.
So we have the Bruins practically almost emptying the bench, having 3 players taken out, players taken in with Malachi Stanley. Passion Stateless into the game for the second time tonight, and
Sam Green.
Sam Green, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was getting a bit carried away with basketball philosophy there.
That's all right.
So speaking of getting carried away, Bruins getting carried away here, 95 to 69. You think this competition might be dead, buried, but not quite cremated. Still 2 minutes 28 on the clock.
Let's not lie to ourselves. It's over.
Yeah, look, it might be. It might be.
It's if we did kind of like the ESPN predictor, it'd be 99.9%. It'd be like 28-3 with the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 51 type of stuff. But even worse, it'd just be like Hills Hornets had a great season. Second in the table, 16 wins, 16 losses.
Yeah.
Second best offense in the league, third best point differential, and like it was in the regular season, come up short against the Bankstown Bruins, giving up a lot of points as well. 95 points the Bruins have scored, and it's just been, you know, a tough game for them. So it's been a tough game for them ever since they gave up a 30-9 second quarter.
But a clinical performance by the Bankstown Bruins, and a lot of credit goes to their front office as well. And former coach Billy Saraf as well helped develop a lot of these players. Curtis Sadi as well puts in a lot of time to make these young athletes the best they can be.
Malachi Stanley, spin move, gets inside, has had a few minutes so far. No basket on there as he travels, and a turnover.
Yeah, great to see the depth of talent starting to get a run here for the Bankstown Bruins.
Here's Moss. Moss inside, too short on the lay, and Kuprez the rebound. Sending Kuprez yet to head out of the game here in this fourth quarter. You'd think sooner or later he'd be heading out, as Ethan Moss steals that one away and makes it go out of bounds, and a turnover for Kai Alley.
Yeah, real defensive pest, Ethan Moss. Definitely is an underrated part of his game, his defensive energy.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
And his footwork.
See if there's a lot of scouts watching this game. He's been quite a bright spot. Not really on the box scores, certainly, but on the defensive end, you can see by just watching this game, he's been a pest on the defensive end, as Tashin Stamos will head to the line, converting the two right there, and we'll look to convert on the M1 opportunity. 97-69 game.
Yeah, so potentially son of the coach. I'm not too sure with Tashin. I guess so. So yeah, always a bit of a family affair in Bankstown. It's definitely one of the big family clubs.
As Simon Kuprez, and what a game, what a season. And the All-Star 5, I mean, just the star player, one of three members of the All-Star 5 for the Bankstown Bruins this season. He heads out of the game, and Jonathan Kotobaluvu takes his place as whoever missed on the three there by the Hills Hornets. So this game winds down with 1:25 remaining. And what a feeling here for the Bankstown Bruins.
Yeah, it's been years in the making.
There
has been a bit of a resurgence in their men's program. But yeah, a bit of a shout to some of the former players, Hunter Nichols as well, Matt Payne, Luke Vassell. I'm sure Luke's tuning in to the game. Plenty of players contributed to the program over the years, but congratulations to the current squad getting the championship, and definitely going to be party at the Canterbury Club later today.
Most definitely. Speaking of the champagne from earlier, they may be spraying that one around as it looks all but over.
Yeah, it's definitely on ice for sure.
Game is on ice. Turnover there from Tashin Stamos inside, and the two there by Bailey Tom.
Yeah, smooth finish by Bailey Tom to use the ring as protection.
Stamos inside, tough bucket there from Stamos, the son of Spiro, the head coach of the Bankstown Bruins, and he's certainly proud for his son and for his team tonight. At Lubinskas, too short on the three. Stanley the rebound. Bailey Tom draws the foul, commits the foul as Sam Green draws it.
Yeah, I definitely think Harry Lubinskas is going to be a huge part of this Hornets program for years to come. He tore up in the CS competition for Knox, having huge performances like 40 points, 50-point games. So definitely a star of the future for the Hills Hornets.
Most certainly, as Sam Green hits the free throw, we're down to less than a minute remaining here in the Waratah Youth 1 2025 season. As the Bankstown Bruins feel it, and up by 29, it's all but over as Moss is fouled, delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, bit of a sad day at the Hornets Hive, I've got to say. Youth Women 2 going down. The Youth Women 1 losing the semi-final yesterday. The Youth Men losing in the grand final here. But the big thing actually for the Hills Hornets is they were in the finals, they were in the semis and in the grand finals. So it goes to show the talent they're developing up at the Hive is not just elite, but it's also deep. I've said it a lot this game, but you know, Hills they make it better up at Hills.
Yeah, all around great for their club, just not able to get to the promised land of winning a title in any of their competitions. As the miss on the three, and the follow, and the dunk. Malachi Stanley throws it down. 30-point lead, largest lead of the night for the Bruins.
Yeah, 2 hands for safety for Stanley as Moss makes his way through traffic to get to the basket there.
Is Jonathan Kutsabaluvu, who missed the three on the last possession. 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the three there by Jonathan Kutsabaluvu. Only 1 3 made in the season. Damn. That's his second of the season in the last game of the season for the Bankstown Bruins.
Man, JK ain't no joke as Harry Lubinskas is going to head to the line for the chance for a 3-point opportunity.
Incredible.
Yeah, 105 points.
107.
107.
It was right there in front of you, but
yeah, I'm a words man, not a numbers guy.
No need to worry, because the tension is on these Bankstown Bruins.
Yeah,
we're going to run it out in the last possession.
All right, congratulations to the Bankstown Bruins, pride and dignity and champions as well of the 2025 Youth League season.
Pride and dignity, certainly, as the Bankstown Bruins win the Waratah Youth Men 1 Grand Final of 2025. They win 107-79 over the Hills Hornets. And what a season for both clubs, but for the Bankstown Bruins, I mean, just what a dominant win here in the Grand Final, going out and having a close first quarter and then winning in that second quarter 39, just making it just kind of just out of hand from that point on, and Hills Hornets could do nothing but watch and couldn't fight back as they go down and lose by 28 points here in the Grand Final.
Not just an impressive Grand Final by the Bankstown Bruins, but an impressive season. Went 20-2 in the regular season and took care of business here in the finals. I mean, off the back of some great plays by Simon Crepez, of course, Tommy Buvak, Jonah Tuilata was an absolute brick house down in the paint, solid as.
If we could get the rebound stats from him, that would have been great. Probably around 12 to 13 rebounds for him on the night. He was incredible tonight. So, any final thoughts, James?
I'm going to say the future is bright for both these clubs, and the future is bright in New South Wales basketball. Throughout the semis and the grand final, we saw just some plays that bemused me. I tell you what, the talent level in this state is just going higher and higher. And just a big congratulations to our friends and family out at Bankstown. They're going to be celebrating tonight.
Most certainly, and it's going to be a great night for them celebrating this dominant win.
And yeah, so Matty, it's been an absolute pleasure. Hey, fans, there's still plenty of basketball to come ahead. Waratah women, Waratah men. Matty's going to be on the next game, so stay tuned for that.
I'll be on the call there with Lockie France. I'll be a co-commentator. Lockie will be the play-by-play.
That's a great duo. That's a great
duo with the Row Runners and the Central Coast Waves as well in the grand final of the Waratah women. Yeah, but for the Waratah Youth 1 men, that's all but over as the Bankstown Bruins put on their championship shirts. For me, Matt Pulbrook, and for you, James Mullen, thank you guys for such a great season and a dominant win for the Bankstown Bruins. They win 107-79 and they win the title and the championship in the Waratah Youth 1 men. Thanks all for joining us. We'll be back here for the Waratah women.